Hello, let's play a Kakuro puzzle. This one is called Odd Slash Even, and it's by Grant Fikes. I sourced this from GM Puzzles. There's a link in the description if you would like to play it yourself. I'll go over the rules. So we have these clues outside. These tell us sums. So first of all, every single one of these cells that's white is going to need to be filled with a digit from 1 to 9. And we need to do so such that we sum to the clues. Now, above our slash, that clue tells us about the row, and below our slash, it tells us about the column. So it's always to the right or always below it is what's going to sum to that. And so these two would sum to 4, these 3 sum to 7, these 4 sum to 25, these 4 sum to 10, etc. In addition to that, we cannot repeat digits within the same sum. So like here, these 4 we can't repeat, but if there was, say, a 1 here, we could also put a 1 here, and that would be perfectly fine. It's just within the same sum. You can't repeat digits. All right, and that's it. Those are the rules. I'm going to get started right now. All right, I'm noticing quite a few gimmies here. To add to 4, we have to do 1, 3. We can't do 2, 2, because that repeats the 2, which is disallowed. 10 can only be 1, 2, 3, 4. Just the very minimum in 4 cells already adds to 10. Same thing for 15 would be 1 through 5. 3 is only 1, 2. This 10 tells us this isn't a 5. These are only from 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 13, 4 is the absolute minimum I can put in a sum to 13. And that's going to be 4, 9. So we can just fill the 4 and 9 here. Oops, I'm in the wrong mode. Fill the 4 and 9 here. And so these two cannot be the 4. Now, we have a 9 here adding to in a sum to 12. So we need 3 more, which is going to be a 1, 2. So these aren't 3, 4, 5. 14 with a minimum, or sorry, with a maximum 5 in this cell, it's going to have to be 5, 9. So we can just place the 5 and the 9 here. And so now this can't be 5. Oops. Sorry, I don't have on screen the display that tells me what mode I'm in. So I'm going to be fishing that mode out a little bit. This could be 1, 6, 2, 5, or 3, 4. Probably not the best one to be looking at right now. Sum to 4 is only 1, 3. 16 and 2. So a good way to think about this, in case you're not like, I've done enough killer Sudoku and other some Sudoku stuff that I'm very familiar with these extreme sums. But if you want to know how to think about this kind of thing, think about like, what is the maximum? Like, this is pretty big for 2 cells. So we think, okay, what's the maximum that we could add 2 and 2? Well, that's 8 plus 9, which is 17. This is only 1 less than that. So we're going to have to subtract 1 from 8, 9. If I tried to subtract 1 from the 9, I'd end up with 8, 8. That's no good. So the only way to add is 7, 9. We have to subtract 1 from the 8. 23 is similar. 7, 8, 9 sums to 24. So we need to subtract 1 from that. And the only one we can subtract 1 from is the 7. And so this doesn't actually have a 7 in it. So this is 9. This is 7. And then we need the 6 and 8 here and here. I can already tell you that this one cannot be the 8. So that's going to be 6, and 6 plus 2 is 8. And then this is going to be the 8. Right, in our 34, that seems helpful. This adds to 21. We already have 9. So these two are going to need to add to 12. That's going to be 3, 9. All right, now 3 plus 1 is 4. So this one is not a 1. Oh, 3 is a 1, 2 pair. So this can't be 3, 4, and this is a 1, 2. I just haven't looked here yet. To get to 11, we can't use a 1 at all. Oh, I just noticed this 13 over here. Before I finish the 11, let's get rid of the 4. Because to get to 13 and 2, we got to do 4, 9. The absolute minimum digit can be a 4. And that's the maximum in this cell. So we're going to do 4, 9 here. So what am I pressing? That's going to be, shoot. Let's get rid of this one. Undo. Let's get rid of that. Okay. So this is a 2, 3 pair. The 1 has to go here. Wish I knew what mode I was in. Okay. What mode am I in? There we go. 1, 2. Now 2 plus 9 would be 11, or 3 plus 8 would be 11. So what does that mean for this sum to 14? So if this was 8, we'd sum to 10. This would have to be a 4. If this was 9, we'd sum to 11. This would be a 3. Okay. Maybe I could look over here. I haven't really looked. Oh, 25? We have 9 already. So We need to sum to 16 here. 16 and 3, that's pretty open. What if this was a 1, though? We could do 178. 178 would be 16, and then another 9 would be 25. Okay. So that's all possible. Oh, the 7. Sorry, 7's another gimme. That's 1 higher than the minimum. 1, 2, 3 is the minimum. That adds to 6. We need to add 1 to something. We can only add 1 to the 3. So we can't actually use a 3 here. So that's 1, and that's 3. And then this is going to be a 2, 4 pair. Okay. Sorry, I just in the wrong mode all the time. We can't do 4, 4 adding to 8. So this is going to have to be 2 and 6 to add to 8. And so that makes this a 4. So this cannot be the 4. Now in this column, we are going to need a 4, though. So that is our 4, which means this isn't a 4, which means this is not a 3, because we have to add to 7. That means that in this row, we need a 3. That's going to end up there. Wrong mode. I counted wrong. There we go. Oh, I'm hitting caps lock. That's the issue. Okay. So that's a 3. Oh, boy. What a mess. Sorry. I just don't have it on screen. I'm removing the 3 from here. Okay. We should know what this digit is. We have 9 plus 3 plus 6. That's 18. So to get to 25, we need 7 more. Hopefully I did that math right. That's 10. That's another 15. Yeah, that works. 24. So 9 plus 4 plus 7 is going to be 20. We need 4 more. So 4 and 2, we can't use the 2 because that would be 2 plus 2. So we got to do the 1 and the 3. So that's 2. That's 3. The 3 makes this a 4, which makes that an 8. 3 plus 8 is 11. Okay. We should be able to get this 17. This has to 10, so that's a 7. And so now we should be able to get to 34. 7, 8, 9 adds to 24. A nice little trick for that is take them, if you have an odd number of consecutive digits, their sum is the middle digit times how many digits there are. But you can think about this as 8 plus 8 plus 8, right? 8 times 3 is 24. So this is 24, plus another 4 is 28. So we're going to need 6 more to get to 34. So that's 6 plus 1. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's a 2. And we're done. All right. So this was, it was, by the way, it's called odd even because the vertical clues are all odd and the horizontal clues are all even. But yeah, this was definitely a puzzle of extremes. And so it really teaches you about the ways to find those and apply those extreme sums. Very neat. All right. Well, how'd you do?